Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League. I'm your very best friend, Gallium, and I am here with my boy Ventus. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing really good. I mean, I had a great matchup between Lightspeed and Distortion. Shocking victory, honestly. I thought Lightspeed was going to be able to take it. Distortion showed out. They were able to take that victory in four, which is the reverse. I thought Lightspeed was going to take it in four. But I mean, enough about that matchup. We got another great matchup today. We have Motion going up against Dissolve. We have Oinko, Squirrel, and I believe Sweaty is their third today. Taking on Seawall, Red Junior, and Gala. I mean, both these teams have the potential to make a run in the playoffs, but it's all going to come down to who's going to be able to clutch it up and take the win.
You know, play-ins, playoffs, postseason. I mean, you really have to have the clutch gene, especially this time around. All the games are going to be on stream, so you have to get rid of those stream nerves as soon as possible. And I always say it, the first goal always helps. So hopefully one of these teams can get us started off early. I know, or at least I think, Oinko hasn't really played that much this season, so it's interesting seeing him on the pitch as we see him on the side of this motion squad. The ball being sent over to the right. Gala can't get a touch. Oinko almost with a shot. I will say Squirrel has been bouncing around from team to team. Glad he finally found a home in motion. He's an excellent player. I know he's playing with Critter for a minute, but I'm glad to see him finally find a home. And my boy Seawall, I mean, he was great on orbit, but unfortunately had to give him away, and now he is absolutely balling on a Dissolve team that didn't look so good before they picked him up, and now is starting to do better, especially with the additions of Gala and Red Jr. As we see Sweaty. Oh no, Sweaty owned goals, and Seawall getting a freebie one early.
Yeah, and he was I believe it was Red Jr. going for a bump on that last defender in Sweaty, and Sweaty just trying to jump up early, avoid that bump, and he's going to accidentally just own goal. Unfortunate one for Motion. Hopefully they'll be able to bounce back. It is very early in the series, so it's easier to shake that one off. If it happened in like game 4 or 5 where they go down because of that, it's much more difficult, but because it was such a quick one, I mean, it's the first goal of the game. A little bit of nerves, shake it off, go next, and hopefully they'll be able to recover from it. But just a little bit unlucky for them.
Yeah, it's like that Taylor Swift song. You gotta shake it off a little bit. As wait a second, Sweaty misses his touch. Oinko misses his. It seems like early on, this motion team having a little bit of the jitters. They have to get rid of that as quickly as possible. Dissolve is kind of applying more pressure than I thought they would this early. I mean, you got to think about it. This motion team is a fairly new team, but they're full of a lot of aggressive players, and motion, they can be that team that can suffocate you. But on the other end of things, I don't know if their defense is going to hold up. But wait a second, an insane pitch going off the backboard. Oinko can't put it through, and now he sends it out mid. Can anyone be there to get it? Red Jr., the last one to get that one. Now it's Sweaty over to Squirrel. He's trying to go up the wall with it. Ends up trying to pass it to a teammate. Unfortunately, does not work. Oinko to the sidewall. Can Oinko get another one for the fans? Of course he does. Backboard. Sweaty can't find it. It just barely is off target. That was a close one, Ventus.
Yeah, I mean, when you are about to be able to mitigate the mistake and come back and tie up the game from that own goal, and then you just barely aren't able to put it in the back of the net, it's going to go post out. It's such a tough on the mental, especially because they might let up a goal here. This one, rolling back into the motion half, it's going to be saved away by Sweaty. And I mean, it's just something that once these mistakes start mounting and mounting, you start getting it in your head, you start getting down on yourself, your mental starts to break down a little bit. So they need a goal here, but it looks like Dissolved is going to get us their second goal. Red Jr. going to be able to put that one in the back of the net off of a demo on Oinko from Seawall. Great play there from Seawall, being able to take out that last defender. And unfortunately for Motion, they just seem to be in all of the wrong spots so far. They've been getting demoed frequently. They've been making a couple missed touches and a little bit of an own goal. So not going super well for Motion, but hopefully they will be able to turn around.
I mean, for how low of a Sal Seawall is, I mean, he is incredible value. I mean, he tends to do it all, especially in the offensive zone. I mean, you saw him be a complete facilitator, even when it bumped off a Squirrel's car, he went for the demo, got it, and it led to an open net. It's plays like that that win you postseason games, and so far they're up 2-0. They're enjoying the fruits of their labor right now as almost another goal at the hands of, I believe that was Gala. As wait a second, Squirrel with the pre-flip. It's Sweaty with a beautiful ball.
Yeah, and I think it's a little bit of a mistake there from Seawall, not able to get a good touch into the corner. He isn't able to catch it well, and it's going to pop back out to a pass. And Squirrel going to put that one home. That one's going to be a quick, easy goal for Motion. A good recovery from their early mistakes and their lackluster play in the beginning of game number 1. They're able to put a nice passing play together. And I mean, who else besides Squirrel and Sweaty? Because those two have the ability to play really well together. But just as I give praise, looks like Seawall gonna get another pass and get a little bit of a bump on Sweaty as well. Red Jr. gonna put that one home. And just as Motion were able to gain some momentum back, Dissolve just rips it away.
I mean, I did say it before. Motion, very, very aggressive team, and you see it. Their third man pushes up way too far, but wait a second, it might go in their favor as Oinko slides one in with 1 minute and 25 seconds to go here, Ventus. Do you think they can pull it off?
I definitely think that there's a chance. I think that all three of these Motion players had the jitters in the beginning of the game. They've started to settle in a little bit more. I think that they'll play a lot more cohesive and a lot better as a team, and it should allow them some more opportunities. Whether they are able to capitalize on those is up to them, but I think they definitely have the ability to come back.
Yeah, they definitely, I mean, of course you do, especially with this amount of time, but wait a second. Seawall almost gets a nice play. Gala off the backboard. Red Jr. doesn't have boost to challenge that. Squirrel gets faked out by his teammate, but wait a second. Could be a calculated play here. Sweaty, a nice 50. It might hit backboard, but no. Gala there to defend. Oh my goodness. Oinko made 2 of them go. Sweaty with the shot. Oh, he can't find the back of the net. Squirrel gets 15 out. Seawall and Gala down the other end, and that just might do it.
I mean, they had the opportunities, they just were not able to capitalize on them. And Squirrel overcommitting, trying to add some more pressure, gonna take a bad 50, and it's gonna allow Motion to get another goal, and that is so tough. It seems like Dissolve, everything is going their way. They haven't been able to be punished for their mistakes by Motion. A good shot coming up by Sweaty, but gonna be a pretty easy save from Gala. He didn't have to really move, but I mean, overall, Dissolve still look really solid, look really good on the offensive side of the ball, and that's mostly due to Seawall, who you talked about. He has those 3 assists. He's been that facilitator. He's gotten the demos. I mean, he's looked really good overall. And so if he can continue to play how he is, it's going to be really tough for Motion to get settled in.
It's a little confusing, the scoreline, especially since both these teams have very similar shot numbers. It would seem like it'd be a little bit closer, but it just hasn't felt that close, to be honest. It feels like Dissolved is kind of running away with this one, and game number 1 is going to go Dissolve's way, and they're up 1-0 in a do or die postseason series. Honestly, I mean, Ventus, you're the Titan expert here. You know more about Rocket League than I can even try to conceive. What do you think Motion needs to do to get back in this game?
I mean, okay, number 1, they have to stop missing the ball. I mean, they had way too many misses and way too many double commits to be very valuable. They have to clean those up, obviously. Maybe they need to play a little bit slower to make sure they get the read correctly. I mean, that's up to them on how they want to play. But I mean, they worked really well when they were made a couple passing plays. I think they really need to go back to doing that. I think that they need to just communicate more and slow down, play less panicked, because when they play super panicked, we see a lot of those missed touches or these misplays come out where they aren't able to get the touch that they want, and it really causes that disaster that we saw earlier in the game. So hopefully they just maybe settle down a little bit more, talk about they got this, try to not overcommit, and as I say that, it looks like they did overcommit, and Seawall is going to take a freebie. And it just seems another double commit coming out from Motion, and they weren't able to get the shot on target. It just seems like that's been their mantra. So they really got to just focus on their shot placement as well, because if they keep hitting it off the crossbar and they can't score it, it doesn't matter how many opportunities they get. So limit the double commits, communicate more, and maybe slow down a little bit just so you know you have the reads.
I mean, that play was very ugly, if I'm going to be completely honest. Sweaty barely missed his shot, and Squirrel, who was already at the goal line, couldn't maneuver his car to put it in the back of the net. And so I believe Oinko thought he had to dive for it, and they both dove at the same time. And a nice 50 by Dissolve. But speaking of a beautiful goal, Gala getting one, and now they're up 2-0.
Yeah, and he just places it right in between Squirrel and Sweaty, and then a bump coming out, I believe, on Squirrel, making Sweaty the only person that can make a play on that ball, and unfortunately he wasn't able to get that saved. And Dissolve, once again, getting another goal, another passing play goal, as Gallo was able to get a shot off of a good 50 from Seawall once again. And Squirrel able to get a goal here, able to read that one off of that pass from Sweaty off the corner. And I mean, some signs of life coming up from Motion. The passing play seemed to work out really well. When Sweaty was able to take his time and slow the play down, he was able to make a good read. So hopefully the Motion are going to be able to continue to build off of what they just did.
Yeah, 100%, but this is looking a little dangerous there. Sweaty is probably the most mechanical player on this Motion team, so I'm really looking to him to kind of be that guy to make like Dissolve kind of panic a little bit. I don't know. Like I just feel like they're playing so cool, calm, and collected that they don't feel like they need to do too much, and I don't really blame them. Most of their goals have just been them just getting 1-2 bang passing plays, and it's been working the entire game because Motion just can't seem to get a stop here. A Squirrel off the backboard. Sweaty gonna put it away. Now we're tied.
Yeah, and I mean, Squirrel probably should be able to score that one. There wasn't really any defender, but Red Jr. having to just try to pre-flip the save. And since it wasn't on target, he wasn't a threat anymore for the follow-up. A good play from Sweaty being there just in case that ball popped back into the midfield. And Motion looking pretty solid. I mean, they're still making a lot of mistakes, but the offense that they're able to generate has been very threatening, and I think that's been the biggest change is they've been able to create a lot better plays on offense. We saw that the shot line you talked about last series was pretty close, and it didn't feel like it was close of a game. And I think it's just because their quality of shots was not very good. They were just kind of peppering the ball at the dissolved net and weren't really taking great shots or not making the extra pass. But when they do, they worked out really well. And I can't say much. Seawall getting a good shot on target, able to just use the disruption from Gallo where he's going for bumps on net and just put it in the back of the net. And although Motion are able to generate these offensive plays, Dissolve just seem calm, cool, and collected, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, it's their game. They're in complete control despite only being up by one. And that was just a beautiful shot from Seawall. As we see, maybe another goal from Seawall. No, Red Jr. is just going to bounce that one in. And where was the defense?
It looks like a demo from Gala and Squirrel just not able to read that pinch on the 50. Maybe a little bit of he was kind of caught in no man's land. I don't really necessarily like where he was positioned. It seemed like he was a little bit too overzealous with how his team was going to 50 that ball. Maybe a little bit too trusting in his team there for that specific play. And he's going to get caught out for that. He's not going to be able to make that read. And with no defender back, it's just going to go into the net. It doesn't matter who on the side of Dissolve is going to hit that one in. But, I mean, Dissolve going up 4-2. And, I mean, you talked about the scoreline is still pretty close, but Dissolve have felt in control the entire game. And they might get another one here as a couple of shots going off the crossbar, but there's no third man back for Motion. And Red Jr. going to get another one once again. Gala this time with the playmaking badge. He has 3 assists. And, I mean, Dissolve just looked dominant.
Yeah, I mean, you can see they're just there for every single shot that needs to be on target. And honestly, it's looking very disastrous for this Motion squad because I feel like their third man isn't playing worst case scenario. And that's what you have to do as third man, right? You can't just expect every ball to be 50'd your team's way and push up really far. The second man's job is to play best case scenario and be there in case the ball 50's out to you. But as third man, you have to play really defensive, and I feel like the third man for Motion just kind of gets lost in the fray. I feel like they're all trying to play first and second man. No third man in sight as Seawall can't get one to go. And I mean, Dissolves have been super dominant down the stretch here. I mean, they got scored on 2 times in a row, and they've really brought it back. I mean, they've really tightened down as Seawall, nice touch from him, Squirrel off the backboard, tries to get another one, and he's successful in doing so. Seawall off the sidewall, and the ball is going straight towards the net. Sweaty, what a shot from him.
Yeah, and I mean that's just a good play there by Sweaty, able to read that one perfectly off the wall. And I mean this time the very aggressive third man works out in Motion's favor as he was able to put a good shot on net. Squirrel was forcing a bump on third man and forcing a redirect that Gala had to respect and potentially play, which factors into his decision of how he wants to challenge the ball. And I mean, Motion able to get a third goal here, but I mean, it doesn't work out every time. You said that the third man needs to play that worst case scenario. He can still have these potential shot opportunities, but if he plays for them all the time, he's going to get burned more than often. And we see a good shot, a good save coming out from Oinko there, just to keep Dissolve from scoring. But Motion really got to tighten up their rotations if they want to win this game.
I mean, it just seems like Dissolved have their foot on the gas. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful shot from Gala. He just absolutely snipes that one in the back of the net. Look at that pass from Red Jr. That is absolute elite level playmaking.
Yeah, I mean, a great pass. He was low boost, having to get a nice little skim touch to Gala. Gala reads it perfectly in the best position. I mean, a great pass from Red Jr., a good shot. Catching out that last defender once again. Oinko a little bit too far pushed up, especially as that third man with low boost. We talk about it time and time again. The Motion roster hasn't done anything to change it, and Dissolved have just capitalized on it time and time again. And that's why we see Dissolved in such a good position. They're up 3 goals, even though Motion have had some great offensive plays. They haven't been able to hold it down on defense. They've been playing way too aggressive and allow Dissolve just to score whenever they want with these counterattacks. And it's just been the difference in the series.
Yeah, I mean, I casted the other Challenger League play-in game between, I want to say it was Raptors and Snowstorm. And one thing I noticed about Challenger League, especially in this play-in, is they're very stubborn with how they play. The amount of changes game to game aren't as frequent as you might see in the higher leagues, and even prospects. Some of these prospect teams, they change like their strategy. I just feel like, Motion is just throwing tennis balls at the wall hoping it sticks. Okay, tennis ball isn't going to stick, it's going to just bounce right off, right? So I think for them, they just need to really adjust, because now they have to win 3 games in a row or else they go home. Okay, so I feel like Motion, they really have to talk to each other here and make sure they're on the same page for what to do against this Dissolved team. And I think the biggest thing that they can do is playing less aggressive. They're aggressing when they don't need to. They're aggressing when their second man isn't there available for a shot, and it's really killing them here, Ventus.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think that Motion way too aggressive, especially with their third man. I mean, a lot of the times, if your first and second man are playing really aggressive, your third man can utilize the space that they've gained to win the ball back. A good shot attempt coming out from there from Squirrel. Unfortunately, it was saved away by Red Jr. But I mean, when you keep your third man up, it just allows way too many chances. At least with a third man playing really passive, you have that potential where you can fake, use the space. Your teammates, your first and second man can cut for you. You utilize the space that you have. But that's a good shot there from Sweaty off of a pass from Squirrel. And I mean, Motion, it seems like they're still keeping their very aggressive third man. If that shot didn't go in, I mean, I can see Dissolve just scoring off of a counterattack. Motion had 0 boost, Squirrel and Oinko had 0 boost trying to rotate back. I mean, very risky plays. If they keep doing this, I'm a little bit worried that Motion's going to fall back into the same rhythm that they did in game number 1 and 2, where Dissolve are just going to be able to take advantage of their rotations and just score a bunch of goals on them.
Yeah, I mean, taking advantage of another team is what you want to do in especially a playing game. You want to capitalize on what they're bad at. And so far, it seems like they're just bad at playing third man, to be completely honest. It just seems like they're getting counterattacked all the time. But it was a great first goal. But see right there, they immediately get scored on because of a little bit of a bump play. But a great goal from Red Jr. off a great pass from Seawall.
Yeah, it looks like Oinko trying to rotate back, but is rotating ball side, and then gets a team bump on Sweaty to leave the net wide open. And Seawall gonna put it right around that last defender, and luckily Red Jr. was there, able to put that one on target as it wasn't originally. And I mean, it's just once again, they catch them out in the rotations, force them into awkward spots, and just score off of motions over commits. And so Dissolve really haven't necessarily had to do anything impressive because they've just been so effective with taking advantage of the mistakes brought forth by motion. And so, I mean, we haven't really seen what Dissolve can actually do because all they've had to do is just shoot the ball off of motions over commit. So I'm hopefully looking forward to Dissolved kind of showing me more of what their offense is capable of, and what kind of defense, how clean they can play on defense for the future. Because I mean, I personally think that Dissolve just looked too clean, and Motion looks too erratic in this series for Motion to come back. I know the score is still 1-1, but Dissolved have that presence and just have that like feel to them. They've been able to create pressure out of whenever they want, and I think that I need to be looking forward to Dissolved and their next games and seeing how they can improve. Keep working on taking advantage of motion, but incorporate some other stuff in. Keep your comms high. Keep your solo plays, your passing plays. And honestly, I'm not even worried about this game if I'm Dissolved. I'm just looking for our next series.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like the difference maker for this Dissolve team is I don't even have to be in the comms to know that they're calming much more frequently than this Motion squad. I mean, they are helping each other at every facet of the game, as we see right there. Perfect example. Seawall takes it up. He takes it slow. He knows he has a teammate in front of him, and Red makes a beautiful bump onto the ball. And Seawall, he doesn't even have to do anything. I mean, my blind grandma could have scored that. What a beautiful goal.
I mean, a great shot. Seawall got a really good first touch there, especially on his air dribble. I mean, that's the kind of touch that I try to get in my tight league games, and sometimes I mess it up. So, I mean, a really good first touch there. It was really the game changer. He was able to get a perfect beat. Another passing play coming out. Dissolve turning on the burners, able to just beat out Motion on every single chance they get. Seawall, a great pass. Red Jr., a good shot. And nobody's even back for Motion. They had like half a defender putting a hand up.
I mean, just a beautiful play. When their third man commits, it's for a good cause, right? You know, it's like they're doing charity work. It's just really been a clinical game from this Assault team. And if they win this game in a sweep, I am actually genuinely worried for who they play in I believe the next playing game, and if they win that, the first round. You know, I believe they play Venom if that happens. But wait a second, Squirrel might not let that happen, as the lead is now only 2.
Yeah, the lead only being 2 is the big thing for me. I mean, Red Jr. not able to get there in time. Squirrel, a good shot. And I mean, Motion is able to make these plays. I mean, they're able to create offense, but they just allow so many holes in the rotations that can be taken advantage of, that they aren't able to play any defense, frankly. They have the tools on offense to make them a good team. They just don't have the patience on defense to allow them to use their offense to the best capabilities. And that's really the downfall of Motion here, is we see some great plays coming out, especially a 1-2 from Sweaty and Squirrel. I think maybe Oinko just needs to relegate himself to that hard third man role, allow Sweaty and Squirrel to potentially call for cuts on their rotation and keep the pressure, and he just needs to be there and shoot the ball on net as a third man, kind of how it seems like Red Jr. is with Dissolved. He's kind of been sitting third man, letting Seawall do these solo plays, letting Gala go for bumps, and then he's just there waiting for the shot in the midfield, and he's been able to sink it every time. And he's been able to play a little bit further back. He does get caught out there. He was playing a little bit overzealous, and Motion was able to catch him out there. Good on Squirrel there to get the touch and beat him. Good play from Motion overall. But I mean, once again, when they're leaving their third man up so far, it's only a matter of time till Dissolve can capitalize on it.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like, you know, that was a good example of how much of a difference maker Squirrel is, especially in this series. I mean, he's really trying to get at them, get in their zone, create a little bit of chaos, and chaos leads to goals. And you saw it there. It was a great individual effort, but they're gonna have to do a little bit more than that if they want to score this goal in 40 seconds. We see Red Jr. off the backboard. He gets one more off the backboard yet again. Seawall trying to find an insane angle. Unfortunately, cannot find it. Gala down the pitch. Oinko going to be able to save that one away. The ball just floating in front of their net. It's right to Red Jr., who has a little bit of boost. He sends it over, and Gala with the pitch of the century. How did that one go in?
Yeah, I mean it's another. They seem super panicked motion on defense. Squirrel trying to get the clear across with Sweaty having zero boost, just trying to make a play happen, trying to get the clear, and Dissolve waiting for that one mistake to come out from motion and just pouncing. It's like they're waiting for the specific defender just to get a mistouch on the ball, and immediately they high trap and they just completely turn on the heat, make sure they capitalize to the fullest on that mistake. And I mean, they did it in like very well. And with it being a 2-goal lead, 0 seconds left, looks like Motion not going to be able to take a game. They did have signs of life. I really liked how Squirrel was playing. He was able to make a lot of offense happen, was able to play very good defense, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, even Sweaty had a great game too. I mean, there's so many opportunities for them to win this series, but unfortunately, they just couldn't get it done. Dissolved overall were the better team, and their chemistry is just ridiculous. So I look forward to seeing them in the next play-in matchup. So that should be very interesting. But I mean, that's pretty much it for today. We had some insane games. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, some really good ones. Hypernova and Gladiators went to 5. Dissolved, or not dissolved. Who am I thinking of?
Distortion.
Lightspeed. The Lightspeed and Distortion. That one went to 4. That was a really intense series, and this one unfortunately didn't bring that same amount of intensity. But honestly, it was just a fun watch. So if you like this action, you'll really like Saturday. That is going to be the final play-in stream. It is going to be an elimination game for every single team. So you do not want to miss it on Saturday. Thank you, Ventus, again for casting with me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, really quickly, I just want to thank all of our Nemesis premium subscribers, especially those that are Challenger and higher. We're talking about Crowterra, Noah, Wiggle, and then our Titan, Critter, Fenrir, iParker, Jax, Neons, Rare, Speed, and Street Soul. I mean, big shout out to those guys. It's so thankful for y'all. Putting your time and money, especially into the league, making us grow, and the support is really appreciated. It helps to do all of that, all of the stuff behind the scenes, all of the spreadsheets, all paying the casters, and making our streams the best they could possibly be, and overall just helping Nemesis grow. So big shout out to the subscribers.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like our staff teams have been absolutely killing it this season, and it's all thanks to those who subscribe and those who keep participating in the league, keeping it active. We appreciate you dearly, and we'll see you on Saturday night. Peace out.